I would say probably 7 or 8 years ago, I had this dream or desire to hunt moose in Alaska, and I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm in my middle 50s. If I don't make this happen, then it's never going to happen. Well, here we are back in Alaska. We didn't do a video last year because we didn't get a moose. We had a small lake that was loaded with brown bear, 14 we saw last year. This is a large brown bear that was in pursuit of 2 small bulls that were at this location 10 minutes prior. I suspect this is the bear that walked by our tent that night. But anyway, we're back again this year to try it. And we flew in last night, and now we're to Anchorage. Now we're going to fly this morning and head in. What do you think, Eric?
No, excited. The temperature's a lot cooler than it was at least last year or the year before. We got some good cold temperatures, and looking forward to it. We're going to go ahead and hit it hard and work really hard to get the activity that we're looking for. Whether that means hiking the hills and scanning or just covering more terrain, ready to make it happen.
I told Eric he needs to go the younger hunter for all this hiking he wants to do, but we'll get in there and stay tuned. We'll see what we can do this year. We're at the air base, and it's neat to look at the local culture here. We have a lot of fish being dried. We'll be flying out soon, but this is a treat to chew on a little bit of this fish jerky. Very nice. When I was planning on the hunt up here in Alaska, I had to find somebody that had a like passion. I reached out to my friend Eric Gilman, who's an avid hunter, and it didn't take any convincing. He was just totally on board. Last year we hunted in a different location, and we hunted a lake where we'd shot 2 bulls a couple years previous to that. And the thing different last year was when we got in there, we realized the salmon had a late run up in there, and we encountered 14 brown bear that season. We had them walk by the tent at night. We had them come to the call. We watched a big boar pursue moose, and they pushed the moose out of the country, and we realized that we should have relocated earlier in the hunt. It just didn't work out, but we're back at it again this year. So the good thing about hunting moose in Alaska as a non-resident, you don't need to hire a guide. If you're going to hunt sheep or bear, or brown bear, grizzly bear, you do need to hire a guide. Eric and I would use the small raft. We'd leave the campsite, and we would mainly target the north end of the lake and the south end of the lake based on the wind direction. We shipped out some of our camping and hunting gear, and the rest we rented from a local outfitter. So 2 days before the hunt, we were able to fly in and get dropped off at our small lake. Flying in 2 days early gave us a full day to scout for our hunt, so we explored the territory up behind our tent. We were careful not to hike too far from camp because we didn't want to spread our scent all over the countryside. And it was one of those things that as the hunt went on, we did go further back. And for me, it was 2 things. I didn't want to spread the scent around, but to be honest, at 61, I didn't really want to kill a moose a mile back and have to pack that thing out. The season that we're hunting is September 5 through the 15th, which is early in the rut, and we knew we'd have to play a game of patience. Put the call out, cow call, rake a little brush, cow call, and just be patient. Weather is just such a huge factor. The colder it is, the better the moose hunting is going to be. If you think about it, these moose have their winter jacket they're putting on. It's like a snowmobile suit. And if it's warm at all, they just don't move. I mentioned earlier that last year Eric and I didn't have any success on our moose hunt due to the fact that we were dropped into a lake that was really overrun with brown bear and pushing the moose back. This year has been really nice. We haven't seen any bear, very little sign, probably attributed to the fact that there's no salmon getting up into the small lake, and there's not that many blueberries. So that's actually been a really nice thing. Of course, a big part of being out here in the Alaska wilderness is just the beauty, being in a rugged wilderness setting, paddling down to the south end of the lake, watching the sun burn through the clouds. It's opening morning. I won the coin toss last night, so I'm the shooter. We're up behind camp, up on a meadow, and get a lot of visibility. We're got the wind in our face and put some cow calls out. It's September 5th, so it's early, but we just got to put our time in, be patient, and keep using the call. So our approach with 2 hunters is that we'd alternate days, and we did a coin toss the night before the opener, and I won the coin toss, so I'd be the hunter on day 1. We're taking a break midday, day 2. Didn't see anything, but had a good morning anyway. Eric's working on a little super glue with his boots. Got a little leaking going on. We scouted the south end of the lake, like what we saw. Probably target that tonight. What do you think, Eric?
A lot of potential. Both ends, we got beautiful place to kill a moose. It's picture perfect. Nice funnel point down on this end from 4 different directions, all converging to one spot. So definitely creating some good opportunities. Good morning. Quiet, cool this morning. Dave did a really good job with his calling. So we had some hunters the next lake over working on us, thinking that Dave was a moose. So that was interesting. So our original plan was to get dropped off at a lake just to the east of us. It's the lake I hunted on the first time up here 6 years ago. But flying over the lake, we spotted a party had already been dropped off, so we located to the west, a small lake to the west of them. So opening morning, we're at the north end of the lake. I'm cow calling, and we can hear what sounds like a bull moose coming from the east. And I told Eric, I said, that's not a real bull, that's hunters. And there was a party that was dropped off less than a mile to the east in another small lake, and they were definitely closing in on our cow call. But at some point, they figured out that it was hunters and not a cow moose. And we never did lay eyes on them, and we never had any more interactions that week. It's day 3. Eric was a shooter yesterday, and we explored some great territory north and south of the lake. Nice cold morning. We're at the north end of the lake. Put some calls out this morning. No, it's a great morning. Temperature's cold. Quiet. The call is just carrying out a long ways, so we're doing a great job of priming the area. Let the bulls know there's a cow over here. We'll see what happens, but everything's playing in our favor right now as far as the temperature, as far as the wind. So that's good. Yeah, it's just a waiting game. Being patient, not forcing a plan, not putting our scent down everywhere, all over the countryside here. And they'll move when they're ready, and hopefully we'll be there to intercept them when they do. But this is some great country here. Day 4, we're back at the north end of the lake. Eric's a shooter today, and we're just working our way in, setting up for a morning hunt. Okay, Eric, I'll follow you. So we're set up here. Eric, what do you think? Oh, this is a wonderful spot. 350 down to the end of the meadow. 150, 200 to the side. Everything's within shooting range. It's just a picturesque place to drop a bull. I mean, just everything's picture perfect. In the background, the sun coming up and the light. It's beautiful. This is what they talk about when they talk about going moose hunting in Alaska. We're taking a midday break on day 4, and
Eric's filtering some water, filling up our drinking water supply. We'll take up a little power nap and maybe play a game of cribbage or two and get out late afternoon, early evening for the evening set. 14 for 6.
Oof. 14, 22,
23.
31 for 2.
Day 5. We're at the north end of the lake again. It's the 9th of September, so things are getting closer to when we should see more bull activity. We're gonna head to this back meadow and see if we can't call a bull on this morning. We're all set up here this morning. It's day 5, and finally we've heard our first moose. There's some distant raking going on, and hopefully he's making his way to the call this morning. We get a pretty active bull raking his way towards us. He's pretty active. Hopefully we'll have a bull come right into this meadow on top of us here shortly. I see him. I see him. Here he comes. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Right there. Right there. That's a good ball. Dave, what? Holy cow. I just shot my third Alaska Yukon bull. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful ball. Nice experience. I'll go check it out. Yeah. Can't load it. Just give a second. Oh, that's funny. I usually get excited when I'm shooting whitetail. My heart doesn't get racing, but it was pumping pretty good this morning. Hearing him raking coming in, working his way through here, and he's only 30 yards from us working, trying to get behind us, trying to get our scent, but the air's so still this morning. Yeah. And it was good just to put really good 2 shots on him. He didn't go anywhere. And 15 yards. in here a little ways. We let them settle down for a minute. And we're probably, I don't know, 4/10 of a mile to the lake over a meadow. So should be a bad drag, although I'll be 62 here in another week. So suck it up, Buttercup. Any drag's a pretty good drag, but just grateful to be up here doing this with you, Eric.
Hey, great to be doing it with you, dude.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah. Thank you for filming it.
Yeah.
It's a nice ball.
It's a very nice ball.
Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful ball. He's so good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Look at this.
Oh, thanks.
Beautiful. Wow. I have to be in last year. And the brown bear pushing the moose out, we didn't have any luck. Came right back this year to a different location. And this is less than a mile from where we hunted 6 years ago, the first time up here. And to come back, we didn't get a moose that year. But to come back 6 years later and within a mile of that location, get this beautiful bull. Man, I couldn't ask for anything better than this. And Eric, to do this with you out here. Awesome. What a great time. What a great bull. Thank you, Eric.
Hey, great bull, Dave.
Thanks.
Great bull. To do it the way you did it is close. 30 yards and call it in. Right, we just kept putting our time in. Look at the little kicker on this side. See the kicker right here? On the left side, that little kicker. Yeah.
Well, we've just gotten done quartering this moose and getting all the meat off of it, and this is what's left over. We take all the red meat out. There's a few pieces of red meat that have shot damage that obviously aren't any good, so we didn't pack those out. But now we're gonna start getting this stuff down the lake about 4/10 of a mile. Rack has to come out last. Pretty full day. I'm glad we're doing it in daytime, not through the night. Aren't you, Eric?
Definitely.
Well, we're working on the first load, and I got a load in my back, and Eric's decided to lay down and kind of saddle up, so to speak.
We're gonna try
Harness
this.
up.
Try this option.
He's gonna try to get up, and I'm gonna shut the video off so I can give him a hand, I think. Oh, that's gonna want to go off. All the antics, all the noises is because he's 50. And I'm 62. The older you get, you make lots of
You'll
noises.
give me a hand.
Oh yeah, I'll give you a hand. What do you think?
3 more loads.
Last load out. We've been all day. We're losing our daylight. Shot this bull this morning. We've taken 5 trips down with all the meat, the rack we carry out last. We're about close to half a mile to the lake over a meadow. And I tell you, for Eric and I, it's quite a full day for 2 people.
There's a cow call down to the right, down the shoreline.
Day 6, the day after I shot my bull. We took the morning and slept in a little bit, but mostly just recovering from a long physical day yesterday of packing this moose down to the lake here. And this is our second load. We're gonna take it down the lake to a spot that's easier for the beaver to land and pick it up. Kind of swampy on this end of the lake, but we'll get this one out of here and we'll work on Eric's bull.
There's my knife right there, Dave.
I'll check. It's the afternoon of day 6. We've taken care of my moose, got flown out earlier today, and we've somewhat recovered from yesterday. And nice and calm tonight. We're gonna head to the west side of the lake and see if we can't cow call a bull into the shore here tonight. Morning of day 7. The coldest morning we've had yet. We're gonna head down to the south end of the lake and see if we can't call a bull in this morning. Good night's rest last night. We're a little more recovered from shooting the bull on day 5, so we're gonna see what today brings. It's the afternoon of day 7, and we're gonna go ahead and have a little backstrap, moose backstrap feed. I got some potatoes and onions cooking, and Eric's preparing some of this backstrap here, and get a few eggs. I think we're gonna eat pretty good. A little break from the mountain house, which has been really good. It's been simple, but it's gonna be nice to have a little bit of this moose meat. I'd picked up some potatoes and onion and steak seasoning back in the village before we flew out. And I tell you, after a week of eating freeze-dried food, this was probably just the nicest meal we've had all year. It was really awesome. Tasted really good. What do you think, Eric?
That's it's wicked good, all right.
Awesome. Oh, we got to eat up, clean up, and go get Eric a moose. We're back at the north end of the lake. End of day 7. We had a good moose feed midday. Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, the moose feed was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Had potatoes, onions, I think some backstrap, tenderloin, all mixed in there together. It was good. It was very good. Best meal we've had. But now we're trying to get a couple hunts in before the storm comes through. But hopefully we can connect on one tonight. If not, there's always a few more days.
Yeah, we're gonna make this happen for you.
Yeah,
We want to come out with 2 moose this year.
sure.
You can hear in the distance a swan. Pretty common up here in Alaska. Day 8. Pretty much all day rain in camp. We've done some calling from camp. Try not to get totally soaked so we can have a fresh start in the morning. Day 9. We heard some moose activity last night from the tent up in the north end of the lake. We've had breakfast and we're gonna head up here and see if we can't call a bull in this morning and make this happen for Eric. Stay tuned. Day 9, we headed up to the north end of the lake. Nice cool morning. Of course, we had rain yesterday, but no wind. Nice cool morning. It just really felt like a good day to shoot a moose. So we hiked in probably half the distance of where I shot my bull, just figuring that it'd be nice to shoot the second bull a little bit closer to the shore. This is Eric's 5th year hunting in Alaska, and he's only taken 1 bull, and I just really wanted to see him get a good trophy bull this year. When I called that bull in, he came in probably 35, 40 yards, and he just wouldn't commit to coming out in the opening. Disappeared back into the woods, and probably 15, 20 minutes later, he poked out at 400 yards. Eric, you just show yourself your second Alaska Yukon bull moose. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel a lot better when I get my hands on him.
Yeah, we gotta let him settle down. The shaw's back and high. We don't want him to run. We're gonna give some time for him to settle down, then go in on him and see what we have.
We had one bull coming in here, and it was probably 100, 150 yards. It popped out. It wasn't quite sure. I didn't get a good look at its rack. It turned it back in. We panned to the right, and this other one was standing there looking at us. About 400 yards. Man, it was a great bull. It wasn't a Dave Conley bull, but it was a great bull.
It's a good bull.
excited. Very excited.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're quiet because we don't want to push him. We want him to settle down. And we'll go in and check on him.
He's right there.
Oh my gosh, he's beautiful.
Right there. Let's go see him.
Yes. Eric. Oh my gosh. What do you think, Eric?
I'm freaking excited.
We can talk now. We're done.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Oh,
What
thank
a beautiful bull.
Thank you. 3 brow tines on each side.
Oh my gosh.
Easy man. I had another bull grunting coming in. He got in about 75 yards and just didn't commit. Turned, went back in the woods. We were second guessing, well, why did he? How come? And we turned to look and this bull had popped right out. It was just looking at us 400 yards away. And nice bull. Excited about the brow tines, the eye guards there. Love this big prolonged time there. But no, it was just, we had the shot at 400 yards. Was concerned about it, a little back, a little high, but he didn't go 50 yards and dropped. So very excited about this bull. Thank you, Dave Conley, for being my hunting partner up here and helping make this happen. Man, dreams do come true.
Eric's bull was 58.5 inches wide. And as you can see, just beautiful paddles on this bull. So I was kind of counting on hunting just half the distance in, that we would have a shorter pack out, but of course this bull had to step out another 400 yards, and it actually dropped not 100 yards from where I shot my bull 4 days previously.
Really want to say thank you, of course, to Dave Conley, first and foremost, for being my hunting partner, offering me this opportunity like 5 years ago. He said, "Do you want to go to Alaska?" I said, "Is water wet?" Of course I do. So we've been coming up here the last 5 years, and this is the second bull we connected on. So first off, thank you, Dave Conley, for being my hunting partner and putting up with my theatrics to want to go deep into the bush.
Oh yeah, we're deep. We're half mile in, close to it.
So thank you, I do appreciate that. Second shout out I want to give to Howell's Gun Shop in Gray, Maine. They set me up with this 28 nozzler silencer, and couldn't be happier with how it performed. We were a little concerned my shot placement was a little back, but when we got up to it, it was right on, and he didn't go 50 yards. So thank you again to Howells and Gray and Adam Kopp for helping me out with that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we just spent 3 hours about her doing a meticulous job getting all the meat off this moose. Here's the head and rack. Eric's gonna do a European mount with this. And more importantly, is we've really done a very thorough job at getting all usable meat off of this. Alaska has a very strict meat salvage law. All edible meat needs to come out. We didn't want to run the risk of having a wildlife conservation officer drop in here, hike out, and find edible meat left behind at the kill site, which could result in a big fine. So I think we've done a pretty good job, and by Alaska law, the rack has to come out last. You got to have your moose meat all packed out before you can leg out the rack. So with our bull, my bull that I shot 4 days previous, we packed it up one day with Eric's. We got all but 2 loads in the rack for the next morning. Well, this is our last load out, the rack, and we got a noontime scheduled pickup for the moose, and then hopefully we'll break down camp after this and fly out of the bush. It's been 12 days, and I think we're ready to get out of here and get some laundry washed and a hot shower and kind of get the moose stink off everything if we can. So Eric, what do you think?
No, it's been a great trip, Dave. It's been a long day, a long couple of days. First packing your moose out, probably 75 yards from over there, and then we saw we'll shoot the next one close to the water, and then shooting this one another 50 to 75 yards beyond it, packing both of those out. It's been a long, grueling day, but it's been fun. It's been worth it, and just excited to make this last trip and get this out to the water.
Probably the reason that Eric bought the 28 nozzler was for a distance shot. I think the second year up here, we were on a lake further to the north, and we had this huge bull come out. You can actually see a short video clip of this bull on a previous video on my YouTube channel, and he just wanted something that would reach out further. And of course, he shot this bull at 400 yards. Definitely a great shot. Now, what Eric forgot to tell you was that actually he was playing on his phone, and he never would have seen this bull if I had been paying attention. So I think this is actually the same bull that almost came out to us at about 30 yards. It just decided to loop back around and come out further away to check us out. Well, this concludes our 2023 moose hunt. We're gonna catch this flight to Anchorage and go on from there. That concludes our 2023 moose hunt. Thank you for watching today as these 2 old Mainers struggle to lug moose meat out of the Alaska bush. Please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the like button, and you'll want to stay tuned for September of 2024 as we hunt some new territory several hundred miles to the north. That hunt will be by jet boat on a tributary to the Yukon River. We hope to bring a video of that hunt in early of 2025.